Hello, everybody, and today is July 29th. We're on the fourth day of the Manifest Your Best Life uh, webinar series with me. So, we've been doing this from July 26th, and I'm going to continue doing this from August 5th. And I'm so happy to have all of you with me each day, being very intent, listening very intently, and always trying to think about how you can apply these things to your life. And I really like my audience. I really like all of you. And I really love the questions you put because there's so much sincerity in your questions about applying these things, applying these principles in your life. And I just appreciate some feedback coming to me in the comments of can you hear me well? And is everything okay? Is the audio okay for you, etc.? So just let me know. So say hi to me and let me know if everything's okay in the comments. And today we have something very exciting lined up where we're going to learn some basic principles of the law of attraction. At least we're going to talk about the three main principles of the law of attraction. And and we're going to connect that with how can we use that in the ease manifestation path. And before we get into that, I'm just waiting for some feedback from the audience, asking them if you can hear me. And so I'm just saying, can you hear me? So let me know if you can hear me or you cannot hear me. Just let me know that so I know what's going on at your end and if I needed to fix any issues over here, right? So all of those who have been with me, who have been part of the mailing list for this live webinar series, I've also sent to you two more worksheets to do, right? So not just two more worksheets. It's one is everything on rational emotive behavior therapy. It's everything in 20 slides where you can learn how to change your thought process. The techniques are given over there. And then there's also an example worksheet, right? So it's called the ABCDE process, which is described in the REBT explanation. So the ABCDE process is there, and there's an example on how to do it also. So yesterday, what you got is a list of different types of beliefs, identifying negative beliefs that you may be carrying, and also I put down 3 steps in that sheet. And what you got today is you got the same sheet that you got the day before. Along with that, you got two more things. So one is the REBD document, and the other one is this example worksheet on can you change your thought process. How do you want to replace your negative belief with a positive belief, irrational belief with a rational belief, right? So you have all the tools you need, and hope that works for you. So yes, everyone can hear me well. Sonam Kumari, Vriti Sharma, Purvi Agarwal, Sunil Narwal, and Sakshi Trivedi. Everyone can hear me fine and good. So I'm happy and I'm excited. I've also added a very special bonus, early bird bonus to all of those who joined the Ease Academy on 1st August when the cart opens. So there's a bonus waiting for all of you, and you can go and check that out on the site, right? So you can check out the bonuses on this side. There are some nice bonuses added for bronze, silver, and gold, all of you. For all of those early bird signups who sign up on 1st August, as soon as, in the 1st August, 24 hours of 1st August, as soon as the cart opens, you have a special bonus. And a lot of people have been asking me questions about they want to pay upfront for a year, they want to pay upfront for 6 months, and what is the policy around that? So I'll let you know that tomorrow. Right, we're still formulating things so that we can really offer great value to you and really serve members of the Ease Academy really well. So I'll have an answer for all of you tomorrow. And okay, we have some more people here. I hope you're checking out the bonuses that are there in the Ease Academy. And I have a presentation to share with all of you today as well. I'm just trying to make sure I turn my phone off on airplane mode so I don't get disturbed like last time. Okay. So we also have I have a presentation today where you're going to learn about the 7 steps to the law of attraction, right? That's based on my Ease manifestation blueprint, right? So all of those who go through the Ease Academy, they go through a blueprint, and they work on all their stuff. That blueprint is there, that helps them work on all of their stuff, and that helps them become super successful. So what are some of the steps, what are those steps? And I'm going to share here all those steps with you, what is done in each step, things you can start following now. And also some very basic things of the law of attraction. I've been harping on, oh, we can't just be visualizing, but we have to really cleanse our internals, and we have to really change our internals and all. So why have I been saying that for the last 3 days, right? So yes, some more questions here. Neha Saraf, This question of yours that you have, if you sign up silver and then you upgrade and all those permutations and combinations will be discussed tomorrow, because if you're getting several questions on that, several questions on people paying upfront, so it looks like that's a need, and we'll try to get to you on that. Okay, we want to be very, very conscious of how we can serve our people, right? Preeta Nair, how can you know about your previous birth? No, in the Ease Academy, there is no opportunity, there's no way in which we look at the previous birth, because we don't want to think about our previous birth so much as we want to deal with the current energy that we have, and we want to work on that energy and be future forward. So that's what we work on. So let me start sharing some really nice slides that I have for you, and where you're going to learn these things and you're going to start applying. Some of you may like to have pen and paper, so go for that. And here we go. So let me start sharing. Share screen. This is always a challenge. I get nervous before doing this, whether I'm going to do it right or not. And I am going to do it right. Yes. Thank you. Yes, here we go. So this is Namita's Ease Academy, and you're going to rise with ease. So rising with emotional awareness, spirituality, and excellence. So we want to make personal development easy. We want you to be at ease with your personal development. I don't want to be a pressure-filled process. I want you to be at ease with ease. Yes. So that's my Ease Academy. I also have an Ease Coach School, which is something different. That's a coach certification program. And I so love this name Ease, because it puts me at ease, it puts my clients at ease, it puts my members at ease. Right? So this is what it is. Emotional awareness, spirituality, and excellence. And I am very grateful to you for making me a partner in your journey and your success. Every person's success is my top priority, and especially those who sign up for the ACE program. I just want to check what you can see. So just give me a moment. I just want to see what you can see. If you can see what I want you to see. So hold it. Let me see here. Yes, you can see the presentation, which is good. Okay. So now let's look into some very basic principles of the law of attraction. I know there are like 12, some people say that 20, but I like to focus only on like the top three. If we get these top three principles right in our lives, then you're going to become this manifesting ninja, this manifesting magnet that I've been talking to you about, right? So what is the first principle here towards, being able to be a thorough manifester? But what is that inner thought process we need to change, right? You can keep trying to visualize things, but if you haven't worked on your inside, none of the stuff is going to happen outside, right? So one of the important principles of the law of attraction is like attracts like, right? So whatever energy and vibration I have, I'm going to attract something of a similar energy or a vibration, right? Uh, so what does that mean? It means that if I am somebody with low self-esteem, I'm going to attract someone like me who's also of low self-esteem, or someone who would like to abuse people of low self-esteem, because that's the similarity between the two of them. That's what they're liking to each other, right? That's how they resonate with each other, right? If I'm thinking I don't deserve money, I don't have enough money, I never have enough money, etc., right? I'm lacking. I'm always thinking about what I don't have. Then I'm going to attract more of what I don't have, and I'm going to attract less and less money in my life, right? If I'm feeling needy and clingy all the time, oh, I'm feeling lonely, oh, I don't like where I am, and oh, this person always leaves me alone, and I don't like being alone, etc., I'm going to attract more of that, right? So when we're not self-partnered, then whatever energy we have, whether it's an energy of lack, it's a feeling of lack, it's a feeling of ungratefulness, it's a feeling of neediness, we're going to keep attracting more and more of that in our lives. So that's principle number one that we need to change. And we need to stop thinking about lack. We need to stop moving from neediness. We want to be truly self-partnered, because when we're self-partnered, we're not thinking about lack. We're not being needy, right? We're always thinking about, yes, I'm complete and I'm whole, and whatever I have is the best for me. The Lord and the universe always does what is good for me. It's for my highest good. So I'm happy with where I am right now. And yes, I aspire for these things. But I'm not thinking, oh no, I don't have this. So yeah, let me manifest this. Oh no, I don't have this. So let me manifest this. No, we can't have these two things going on and expecting that manifestation is going to happen, right? Now, law of vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum, right? So what we need to do is that if we are not thinking and we're not manifesting, we're not, if you're full of negative thoughts, right? And if we try to remove those negative thoughts, then the nature will automatically, once we remove those negative thoughts from our system and our medium and our body, Nature's all is going to fill you up with abundance, because nature doesn't like a vacuum, and nature likes to fill up a vacuum with abundance, right? So the more we clear out our negative thoughts and we create a vacuum inside, the more abundance is what you're going to attract in your life, right? Keeping it simple, and always knowing that the present is always perfect, right? So some people, they go and do law of attraction courses, etc., but they keep complaining about their present life. And I know of people like that, right? So they haven't learned the basic principle of the law of attraction, is that my present is perfect, right? When these three things are in place, then whatever affirmations you do, whatever manifestations you do, they will work, right? So this is like the bottom of the iceberg that you need to work upon. And all those exercises, those two exercises, worksheets that I've sent to you, and then the document I've sent to you to read, helps you work on what's inside of the iceberg to identify those limiting beliefs and change them from negative to transform them to positive, right? So like attracts like, the law of vacuum, and the present is always perfect. See, if someone's giving me something and I'm constantly complaining, oh, I don't like this, oh, I don't like that, oh, this is so bad, this is so horrible, my life is horrible. Do you think the person who's giving me things is going to feel inspired to give me more? So if you're complaining about what you have, why would like the energy, the universe, and the energies of the Lord be inspired to give you something? Because you're ungrateful. So gratitude is something that we all need to build. And the more we build that, the more we realize that the present is always perfect. Whatever happens, happens for my greatest good. And I am going to rise further. Right. And these what we learned in the Bhagavad Gita as well, right? That the Lord has my back, whatever is happening is perfect for me. So now these are some of the things, these 3 points I want you all to focus on. I want you all to think about, and I want you all to uh, go on, right? So now some people are asking me, are we going to talk about law of attraction according to Bhagavad Gita or any other basis? So none of the work I do is not in line with the Bhagavad Gita. I already gave a lot of references to the Bhagavad Gita yesterday, the day before. I won't be repeating that because there's a lot more stuff that I need to cover today. Uh, and so yes, Ritesh Sharma, present is perfect is a beautiful thought. And okay, some more comments. So any comments on what you learned so far? That like attracts like, the law of vacuum, nature abhors a vacuum. So when you remove your negative thoughts, you're filled with abundance. And the present is always perfect is a beautiful thought. So when you think present is always perfect, you're always calm and happy. You're not worried. And good things happen. Yes? And like attracts like. So if you're at a lower vibration, that's what you're going to attract in your life, right? So any questions so far, or should I move on to the next slide? Okay, no questions. Okay, so I can move on to the next slide. Okay, let me switch my screen here. Okay. Yeah, now how do we achieve all of that with ease, right? What is the process that I have developed? What is the process that I have used in my life? And my life is open; it's there for everyone to see. And I do look happy, and I do look satisfied and contented, and I am satisfied and contented inside. So if this is the stage I have achieved in my life by following this process, I'm here to share this process with all of you, right? So the Ease Academy uses a particular manifestation blueprint that you get, the entire blueprint you get in the silver and the gold tiers, um, in its full form. In the bronze tiers, you get the same blueprint, but you get it only at the level of the mind. You're not so much working on your energy. You do get some guided meditations, etc., to work on your energy, but it's not as deep as what is there in the silver and the gold tiers. But does that mean that the bronze will not work for you? No, it will. But silver and gold is premium stuff, and it's like full. You get everything that's over here, and help you manifest your best life, right? So this is a blueprint to help you manifest your best life, and this used to be called as the Ease Success Path. But I thought, the name Ease Success Path doesn't like makes give it so much justice to it, because it's not just a success path. It's basically like a very intense, very nicely intertwined blueprint. And in the Ease, and we're going to go through each and every stage over here. We're going to talk about what each of these stages. So all these things that you see here, we begin with connect. So connect, align, heal, reframe, communicate, roots, manifest, like that, right? And if you see, everything is interconnected over here. It's all woven together. It's not like each stage stands independently of each other, right? All of these stages are woven together with each other, and we start with the connect phase. We go to align, we come back to connect, we go to heal, we come back, we do even more deeper work with connecting ourselves. We go to reframe for a long time, then we again come back to connect, then we learn how to communicate our emotions, and then we again come back to connect, and we come back to connect, and then we go to our roots and come back to connect. So that's how this whole process is intertwined. And there are various exercises, video modules, um, introspection exercises, examples, case studies, stories, and so many different things, and references to Eastern wisdom, and also based on Ayurveda, astrology, the karma theory, many references from the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam, and also the whole energy science, this heal stage is this full of your chakras, completely cleansing your chakras, completely aligning your chakras, and learning so many different things that you could also uh, anyway, wonderful things will happen when you start learning that, right? So we are dealing with the body over here at the align stage. This is more like at the energy stage, and this is more like the mind stage. And then these are the other energies that we need to work on: the energy of our roots, the energy of our manifestations, and this communicate is a skill. Now you may feel like you've gone through it once, and then you may be like, oh, I want to go through it again, and then I want to go through it again, and then I want to go through it again, because this is the path that is going to help you come to these basic three rules. Even to achieve this, um, it doesn't come very easily, because this whole law of vacuum is all about replacing your negative thoughts. And that's like a huge thing. It's like basically for you to become a mega manifester, you need to transform your nature, right? That's what ease is for. And the ease, and then the last stage that we have over here, and it's not the last stage, but like after you've done all of this, then you learn about more deeply about actually, like how do you manifest stuff, right? Why do I put it over here? Because I want you to be healed and whole first. I want you to clear out all this stuff. And when you clear out all this stuff, then you can like truly manifest and do wonderful things in your life, right? So I want you to stay focused and achieve your goals. And let's start with what this stage is all about. And we keep coming back to the connect stage. After every align, then we come back to connect. After heal, we come back to connect, reframe, etc. Right? So what does this connect stage mean, right? It's about truly, I keep talking about self-partnering, I'm talking about self-love, I'm talking about compassion, boundaries, facing your fears, facing things you're ashamed about, connecting with your own spirituality, understanding your nature, understanding your fears, overcoming, making sankalpas about what you want to do. Like the connect stage begins with a sankalpa meditation about what is it that you want to do in your life and different areas of your life, etc. Right? So that's about keeping the message closer to home. Keep bringing the message closer to home. Like, okay, I learned all of this thing, but what does it mean for me? Okay, I learned some more stuff. Okay, what does it mean for me? Okay, I learned all of this stuff. Okay, how do I connect it back to myself? My sankalpa that I did in the beginning, right? Am I changed? Have I? So this is like the thread. This is like that. It's like this. You have this necklace of pearls. With all of these different stages, but the pearls are strung on this whole connect stage, right? In this stage, and it's not a stage because it just goes on throughout your ease manifestation path. uh, you've identified the areas of your life and personality that you want to work upon. You're in a very, I want you to, my entire philosophy, my entire work, everything is work based on self-love and self-compassion and self-partnering, right? So forgiving ourselves, understanding ourselves, removing doubts from ourselves, removing any thought processes that are not useful for us, all of those things, right? So the idea is to bring you to a very healthy stage of connecting with yourself, a very healthy stage of self-compassion, a very healthy stage of self-love. And when that happens, you're totally, truly self partnered. You're totally, truly connected with your own power and your own energy and the divinity and the Lord Himself. And then you can really do amazing, great things in your life, right? So, this is like the trunk of your tree where you want to make it strong and on which everything else is going to rest. So we keep bringing, you back, and the milestones are these are some of the, and so every stage has you get to know how to measure yourself against what is recommended for that stage, right? So this is like, a lot of people are like, oh, what if I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, would someone be checking my sheets or not? Well, as I said, the program is designed for you to stay on the path, because at every stage there are milestones that are defined to you for that stage. And as you keep your eyes, it's like, I like this thing, I like eyes on the prize, eyes on the prize, keep your eyes on the prize. So as you keep your eyes on the prize, which is the milestones have been defined for you, the action items are also defined for you. Like what does it mean to be successful for this stage, right? So you can keep measuring your progress around that, right? So these are some of the milestones that we have. So you take good self inventory, and you have a great sense of direction. You have a great sense of introspection. You learn so many different techniques to process your thoughts, understand yourself, etc., and keep reworking. So in the first week itself, you begin with a sankalpa and you begin with a test of self-actualization, right? So there's this test with a lot of questions that are there, where you answer those questions and you get a score for yourself to know how self-actualized, how self-partnered you are, right? I keep using these words, and I do have methods around them to help you come to that. It's not just a word, right? For me, there's like an entire system behind all of this. So you learn about how self-partnered you are, and the more self-partnered you get, the more connected you are with your own self, the more self-actualized you are, like better you get at those three laws that we talked about here, right? Like attracts like, nature abhors a vacuum, the present is always perfect. We want you to come to that stage through all of these things and a lot more. There's a lot more that is going to happen than just law of attraction and manifestation in ease, right? So that's the first stage. Now, the next stage is the align stage, right? Where you're aligning with yourself and you're balancing yourself, right? You're aligning with your core nature. You're understanding in this stage what is my core nature, what is my psychophysical nature. And you understand that through Ayurveda and astrology. So, the entire course that you go through, the module that you go through is Know Yourself to Grow Yourself through Ayurveda and astrology, and you understand your personality through Ayurveda and whatever imbalances that are there in your personality right now, right? You'll be able to understand that. And there are methods to heal that through, you start healing those various weaknesses, those imbalances in your nature through the recommended lifestyle and diet changes. And for those of you who are like more into the esoteric stuff, there's also recommendations on colors and mantras and gems and so many other things. But at the base level, you understand, oh, this is my psychophysical nature. This is what I was born with. This is my personality, and you understand that through astrology and Ayurveda. The course is structured in such a way so that you can read those basic things in your chart. No, we're not teaching you astrology here because that's not needed, right? But you learn how to look at your own chart and understand what is your nature, right? So you understand that, you understand what is, what has deformed in your nature, what has gone out of balance completely in your nature, and you learn how to bring that in balance through all those lifestyle changes and an entire module on Ayurveda, food, mood, emotions, and you. So for these kind of imbalances, how can I bring myself in balance through food? Because as I always said, my entire process is based on um, your body, your energy, and your mind. So we're going to work at all of these three levels. And once you're completely healed and whole over here, you become a super manifester, and you become supercharged, and you grow super in your spiritual life as well. So this is where I function. This is the area that I function in with a complete, of course, the whole desire is so that all of us can grow in whichever way we want to grow and also grow spiritually, right? So this is what you can do. You also can do is to learn how to do that, learn how to align with yourself. And these are the milestones for this stage, right? Where you can understand your personality through Ayurveda and astrology. And sometimes you get, a lot of students may like, I'm getting confused here. No, but the idea is it's very simple. You have to learn how to look at very specific things. There's a table over there. You know how to map it. I've been an engineer myself, right? So I can't do vague stuff. For me, stuff has to be logical, and learning has to be logical, and therefore my students have to go through logical learning as well. So I make sure you have all the things that you need, right? Now, the third stage is the align work, no, the heal work, which is quantum healing, healing your energy. Because as I said yesterday, there is this whole mind aspect, and then there's this whole body, right? And the interconnection with the body and the mind is your entire pranic energy system, your pranamaya kosha. And your pranamaya kosha is responsible for a lot of functions of your body. In fact, the pranic energy does drive a lot of different organs. All of them, nothing's possible without the pranic energy. And this is not oxygen, this is pranic energy, right? And also your emotions, your deep-seated traumas, your deep-seated thought processes, they actually sit as energy in different chakras of your body, right? So you learn how to clean, heal, and strengthen your aura and chakras. and you learn how to release the energy. So you go through various weeks over this program. You're getting guided meditations for each chakra, you're getting guided meditations for each emotion, and you're learning how to release all of them. So you're learning the science through the videos, you're getting introspection exercises, you're getting a lot of different healing tidbits on how can you heal yourself through music, how can you release all of these things through colors, through aromas, through gems, through again, like textures and so many different things and things to eat, and how you can actually heal your entire energy, right? And so you gradually, the milestone is that you start having a very clean and healthy aura and chakras, right? Because you're learning all the lifestyle around that. You're releasing all the unhelpful stuff from your body, trauma, painful emotions, and you're releasing all those unhelpful thought processes that are stuck in your energy system, in your chakras, right? And as you start releasing all of that, right? So if there's some things in your chakra, and when you release that, and that chakra becomes starts functioning better, so the area, in those organs, the organs that the chakra supplies energies to also starts getting healing and get better. So a lot of your diseases start going away as you start releasing all of these things from your body, right? And you actually become super energized, and you actually become super confident in your life as you do these two stages, right? Any questions so far? So this, when you do that, sorry, I think I messed up. Okay. Any questions so far? Concept of self-partnering is a bit difficult when we say that humans are social animal and we require people to help us and grow. It's not difficult. We of self-partnering does not mean that you don't need people, but the thing is, it's not like you're looking for people to fill your holes. So we are with people, we like being with people, but it's not like you're looking at them to satisfy you and keep your needs in place, right? Uh, Okay, now Lata Putran, where worksheet is uploaded. Lata Putran, as I said every time, and I'm saying it again, if you registered for the EASE webinar, you got the email. And if you haven't registered for the EASE webinar, then go to this link and click it. And over there, you will see live webinar video. Click that. And then you're going to see that blue button. So the blue button that was on top on the page is now at the bottom of the page, right? So then you can go and register, right? Now, if someone is not consistent enough to complete anything in his life, would the course be helpful to be consistent? Yes, if they want to be consistent, the course will help them understand why they're unable to be consistent, and they're going to work on it, because this is a very, very holistic program, and I'm telling you, there's no program like this. And even if someone takes the blueprint and tries to make it themselves, go for it. There is not going to be another, it's, you will never be able to make the east program the way it is right now. So yeah, it will help people work on different life patterns, and we're coming to that, Anjana. Any other questions? Law of vacuum is something new I heard and is very convincing. Sure it is. Nicole Lee. Hello. Hi, Nicole. Rohini Patel. Choo. Okay. How long it usually takes for someone to get healed? If they're willing to get healed, I think, see, it takes like at least you have to give yourself 3 years to be like a totally transformed person. But at least to start feeling transformed, you need to give yourself a minimum of a year. I took 3 years with all of these different things, but I've been very conscientious and a very focused person, and I do all of these things properly. But yeah, so it also depends on you. And I don't believe in this is not a switch that you can just switch on and switch off. It's not going to happen like that, because these are many lifetimes of samskaras that are there, many, many experiences that are there, and we don't have tools, and we're stuck with certain things and all, and it takes time. But I have confidence in my process because I know it works, and it has worked with so many of my one-on-one clients. It is working with so many of my EASE members who joined when we launched the program. And I'm super confident about that. Smita Pujari, what kind of healing techniques are covered in the course? That's what I've already talked about. I think you came in late, so you'll have to watch the recording, but we've talked about healing through Ayurveda, astrology, energy healing. We've so far just covered to the second stage, right? So let's go back. Uh, let me कोर्स के वीडियो का यूट्यूब पर अपलोड करेंगी मैम. This is going to be uploaded on YouTube. This live session is already on YouTube. You can go and check. It's already being live streamed on my YouTube channel. But the course is going to help you I mean, that's what the course is for. So you have to come to the course to be able to get that. A bit more on aligning with self, how Ayurveda comes into play, because you understand your body type and you understand how to keep that in balance, because your body and your nature, there's a psychophysical connection over there. So that's how Ayurveda helps you. In life, goals keep changing at different stages of life. How to fix a goal? By fixing your mind. uh, it's not about fixing the goal. It's about being very clear about what you want, and it's being very clear about who you are and what you want. So then your goals are not going to keep changing. Otherwise, you're going to keep going after every shiny object that shows up. You get shiny object here and you run after that. Then you see another shiny object and you run after that. So that's how. No, E's course is there on my website. So for those of you who want it, Ravi Kanji have to register on my website. They have to enroll for the program, and the enrollment is open from August 1st to 5th. Yes. Okay, let's go back to where we were. So let me start sharing the screen again. Okay, just a moment. Share screen. Okay. And I hope I get it right again. Yes, I will. Thank you. Okay, so we've, for those of you who just came in a little late, let me just go back to, where are we? Yeah. So we've talked about these different stages. So we've talked about the connect stage. We've talked about the aligning stage, where you learn how to align and heal and keep yourself in balance, your psychophysical nature in balance. You learn about your nature through Ayurveda and astrology. Then you learn about healing your whole energy system, the quantum energy system. As somebody asked me a question, what methods are going to be used. So these are the different methods. You're going to learn about that. You're going to learn about lifestyle. You're going to learn about how to heal each and every chakra. There's so much at every stage. There is so much to do. I've really given my all to this, right? So now we're looking at the next stage, which is the reframe stage, right? So now we're dealing with the mind. Usually people talk about the mind first. I don't talk about the mind first. I feel if I can heal the imbalances in my body and my energy, then the mind becomes an easier beast to handle. Otherwise, it's very difficult to handle, right? Because all of my imbalances in my physical body, energy body are contributing to imbalances in my mind, right? So here we are with the rewrite your inner scripts. So that's when you're working more deeply, actually picking out each and every belief system that's not helpful to you. First, recognizing how do you know which belief system is not useful for you? What are the symptoms of that? They actually, when you find yourself too emotionally disturbed and just think it's finally boiling down to your thinking. And if you change your thinking, then you're going to change how you feel in life, right? So understanding, identifying what are the steps to identify which thought process is not useful for you, and then what are the steps to actually change that thought process. And you change that thought process by logical argument and reasoning. You also release again, right? Because now you're identifying, you're also releasing the energy of that thought process in this stage again more deeply, because you're doing more deeper work here, right? So mind, and then you're releasing the energy. So you're doing a logical release, you're doing an energetic release, you're doing a memory release. Sometimes certain thought processes have come from some past experiences we've had in this life, right? So you learn how to give proper meaning to those memories, and you learn how to heal that, and you learn how to release that from your memory. And by giving it a proper meaning, an adult meaning for that, not a child's meaning to that, right? So you do these three stages of release over there. And so you first learn how to identify what's not good for you. How do you know what's not good for you? You learn the skill of actually changing that thought process. What are the steps you need to do that? I've given you a little bit of a trailer of that over the, all those people who signed up in the work, sent you worksheets on that. And you've replaced it with a positive new script, right? So what is a milestone at this stage? As I said, every stage there's a milestone. So you're never going to be lost, and you're never going to make a mistake, because it's very focused, it's very well guided, and you don't make a mistake over here, right? So you replace it with a new script, and you start seeing a positive change in your behavior and your relationships, right? So you are going to start experiencing that. At every stage, you're going to start experiencing some very wonderful and magnificent changes in your life, because you're going to follow these things. And I've given you my all over here. This is the exact system that I use for my one-on-one clients, right? And this is how I help them. This is what I've done as an entire program. I've just shared my blueprint with all of you, so that y'all can use it in a way in which that works for you, right? Now, once you've learned, you've understood your psychophysical nature, you've brought about imbalances in your body, and you've brought that into balance. You've healed your entire energy system. You reframed at least one thought process. You've learned how to do that. And you have these tools for life, right? You learned it one time, that means you have these tools for life. Then we also need to know how to communicate, because we would have done all this work inside. But how do I have a better handle on my emotions, and how do I have a better handle in my communication? How can I communicate my truth? How can I be assertive? How can I speak to be heard? How can I speak to be respected? How can I speak without conflict? And how can I handle conflict when I'm trying to express myself, right? These are some very important skills that we all need to learn. We didn't grow up learning, nobody taught that to us, right? So the milestone at this stage is like you're learning how to speak your truth. You have a much better handle over your emotions. You have an increased confidence in dealing with conflict, and you have powerful tools to handle yourself during emotional accidents. That's one thing I always talk about, right? When we have a physical accident, we understand I had a physical accident and I need to take care of myself. But when we have an argument, when we have an altercation, when we are feeling sad, or some, there's a mishap that's happened, we've gone through an emotional accident. So how do you handle yourself during that? How do you take care of yourself in that stage? How do you partner with yourself in that stage? How do you bring yourself back? And how do you keep focused on taking care of yourself, on your healing and your goals and your future and your spirituality, right? So therefore, communication is very important. And when we know how to communicate, it actually helps us free ourselves from a lot of different diseases, right? Uh, like there are some people who keep saying yes to everybody. And when you keep saying yes to everybody for everything, because you're like, oh, if I say no, I won't look good, or they'll feel bad. You actually start developing diseases in your body, uh, because you're not, you're like, I don't want to take care of myself. So I'm going to take care of everyone else. And you keep doing that, and a lot of different diseases start setting up in your body, because that thought process sits in certain chakras of your energy system. And then it starts creating a lot of different diseases. So I know a lot of my clients have gotten cured of certain diseases. I'm not a doctor. I don't promise any medical cure. But I know just by doing this thought process, this work, a lot of the diseases have just left them, because they've changed how they think, right? And when people who are like, they keep saying yes to everything, and they keep neglecting themselves, their neglected self is like, fine, you don't need this body, you don't need this life, because you're not caring for yourself. So why do you want this life? You're not, this body was given to you for a purpose. You're not using it for that purpose. So fine, let the body shrivel and waste away, because you're not using it for that purpose, right? So that's what happens at an energetic level, and that's something you want to be thinking about, mindful about. A lot of these diseases, etc., come because of we don't know how to communicate. We have unhealed energy, we have unhealed trauma, we have so many different things, right? Now, does that mean this program is only for people to heal? No, there are people who are absolutely healed and doing well. They still take up this ease program because they want to grow. They don't have any trauma to heal, they don't have any energy to heal, but they just want to grow. And they want to be completely self-partner. They truly want to understand themselves. They want to keep their energy working at full function. They don't want their aura of like 4 inches. They want an aura of like 8 inches, like an athlete's aura, businessman's aura, CEO's aura, right? They want to make that aura that strong. And they want to keep their chakras in great working condition. They want to, the last vestiges of, any stuff that's blocking them in their growth, they want to remove all of that. And they want to be pumping, and they want to keep growing in whatever they want to do. So a lot of those people also take these programs, and they don't want to have any biases in their mind, right? Now, after this stage, there's another very important stage that you do is where you heal your roots. Um, and a lot of my clients have got great success when they've done this properly, right? So, what is the milestone here? You've identified and healed your ancestral deaths and trauma. And what does that mean? You've also identified and healed any trauma that has been there in your ancestral family constellation over the last 7 generations, wherever certain family basic rules and orders were not followed. You're bringing that whole energy back into balance, because that affects you also, right? And you've established a stable state around expressing gratitude to your ancestors every day, right? So in this program, this particular module, I draw right from our culture of Pitru Karma to the Chinese culture, to the Zulu tradition of South Africa, to the pagan religions before Christianity and Islam took over in Europe, to the Native American cultures, and to all the East Asia, Vietnam, Korea, and learning so many different things from those world cultures and bringing your entire ancestral energy in balance. Believe me, when I have done this for myself, I just feel super energized. by all the blessings that I'm getting from my ancestors. And I'm super energized because of coming from such a strong family energy that's backing me up. Because we're all interconnected. And any vibration of any trauma that is there from six, seven generations up to that time, the vibration of that trauma, even if those people left away, is still there in your family system, and that needs to be healed. So when we do this level of healing as well, uh, you're on steroids. You're like, go, 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 right? So this again helps you remove any of those negative beliefs, any of those things, any of those negative thoughts, any of those feelings of lack, any of those feelings of I don't have, I'm not good enough, I'm not so this, I'm not so that, that blocks your manifestation, right? So you're healing not only your internal energy, but you're also bringing your external energy, your family energy in balance, right? And then you learn how to manifest. You actually learn how to manifest, where this is just a bonus course. You don't need this course once you've done all of these things, but I still added that as a module over there because you already created a renewed vision plan for yourself, and you learn the science and techniques, the actual science and techniques, because you are healed and whole, you're growing and glowing. You're learning those specific steps and those sciences and techniques of manifestation, and you start applying them in your life. And these techniques are based on the Bhagavad Gita, they're based on the Srimad Bhagavatam, so this is the law of attraction, the Vedic way, right? So all of these different techniques are there, those guided meditations are there, those affirmation sheets are there, all of those things are also there. And as you go through this whole ease manifestation blueprint, as I said, at every stage you keep coming back to connect. And after every two stages, you do the test of self-actualization again to see how much you have advanced. What is your score right now? What are the things that you still need to work upon, right? And what is it that's blocking you? And what is it that you need to be successful? And as if for those of this is manifestation blueprint, if someone does this whole thing, they have also done halfway of their journey of becoming an ease coach. So at any time you decide like, wow, I'm liking this, I want to be a coach myself. So all these credits transfer to the coaching program that I have, and do have a lot of coaches coming out from the Ease Academy, Ease Coach School. So that's the beauty of this program. You experience the true magic of transformation. And these are the steps you can use in your life to actually become a manifesting ninja also. Because when you do all of these steps, you actually completely, the like attracts like, the nature abhors vacuum, law of vacuum, and whatever is happening is for my highest good. To truly cultivate those things, a lot of deep work needs to be done. And you can follow these 7 stages that I have followed and like truly transform yourself. Some of you may want to do it on your own, so go for it. Look for all the teachers, do all the legwork that I did. And some of you may say, no, I trust Namita's journey, and I trust what she's done. I see her as a great, she's doing fine. She's doing great, and I'd rather go to her and learn everything. And because I don't want to spend my time doing do it yourself, and I don't want to spend my time, I'd rather make that transformation as soon as possible, because when I invest in myself, whose life is changing? My life is changing, right? And my entire philosophy, my entire program, whatever I do, is based on self-love and self-compassion, right? So the entire voice and the tone of this entire Ease Success Blueprint, all these different modules, all the different video lectures that you get from me, all the different affirmations, exercises, and all of these things is with a lot of love for yourself, with a lot of self love, with a lot of different self compassion, and with a commitment of being successful without hurting yourself, without hammering yourself, but being truly motivated and moving forward in your life, right? And completing all the action items. So when you have a lot of love for yourself, you're committed towards doing all of these different modules, and you're doing the action items for each stage, then you are going to be super successful in this, right? So I like to say, I did, I like to I love to quote Maya Angelou's quote, where she says, "I did what I knew then. Now I know better. I do better." Right. So start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Right. And yeah, what is included in your membership? The gold tier gets group coaching calls with me. There are Ease Success Path or Ease Manifestation Blueprint course modules. There's no one-on-one coaching, not for the bronze, silver, or gold tiers. There's a supportive community of like-minded people, and I really like the community feature because you feel you're not alone on your journey. There's like this like-minded group of people working together and doing different things together. So let's go back to the law of attraction. And then let's talk about these basic principles. So it's like attracts like. And so that means if you are feeling, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that in my life, oh my God, my life is horrible and all, you're going to invite more of that. If you feel like, wow, my life is so wonderful, I'm always, I always have, the wealth I need, I always have the money I need, I always have the love I need. That's what you're going to attract in your life, right? So, and the law of vacuum, nature abhors a vacuum. So if you remove your negative thoughts, the nature is going to fill up your life with a lot of positivity, right? Because the nature doesn't like a vacuum. So that's the law of vacuum. And if you keep a vacuum even in your intention, I didn't cover that point earlier. But say if you don't have any goal, uh, the goal aspect of your life, there's a vacuum. Then the nature is going to fill it with any goal that fits your energy. So the nature doesn't like a vacuum. So then you either become an architect of your own life, or you let things just happen to you. A lot of people just let things happen to them, but there are a few people, very few people in the world who actually take charge of themselves, invest in themselves, and then they have different results. And the present is always perfect. Whatever is happening in my life is for my highest good. It is perfect the way it is. And this is the ease manifestation blueprint. The connect stage is the stage where you keep bringing the message home. So after you do the align stage, with the whole Ayurveda, astrology, food, mood, emotions, and you, and knowing your personality, reading your chart, all of that, you again bring back the emotions home. You bring back the learning home, and you try to practice certain things for 5 days. So all of that is given to you. You are handheld every week about what you need to do that week. And I wish this program was there when I was trying to grow myself. And at this healing stage, you're working on your energy, your complete chakras, etc. And then you again come back and you bring back the message home. You're like, wow, I did this entire thing with my auras and chakras, and I think like, okay, this chakra is not so great for me. So let me keep focusing on this chakra for the next 3 or 4 weeks, right? And you keep bringing back that intelligence in the connect stage, reframing your thought processes, learning how to communicate, healing your roots, and manifesting. And there's a lot more. Sometimes it's so hard for me to explain all that's there in the ease program to help you, uh, because time is of the essence. This is like a like such a big program, and we don't have so much time to explain everything, and I do end up missing out on a lot of goodies that are there. But these are the 7 stages. If you follow in your life, you're going to become a super manifesting ninja. You'll be able to truly embody these principles that are there. Otherwise, you can keep saying it; it's not going to happen. This is the stuff that you do on top. Oh, I'm abundant. I'm feeling great, but inside you're not feeling great. That's all the stuff below the iceberg that you need to work upon. And when you work upon that, this becomes second nature for you. You're not thinking about it; it's just happening. I don't sit and visualize and manifest. It's just happening, right? Because I have truly self-partnered, truly healed, truly, I'm in super energy right now. Yes. So let's look at some questions and then we go to some more stuff that I have to talk about. Whew. Dhara, do our aura changes when we are sick and again change when we are healthy again? Yes. Yes. Dhara, will we cover all the steps in 1 year of course timeline? Yes, that's how it's designed, but some people take longer. So that's up to them. If someone is not on Facebook, then how can one be a part of your community? By joining Facebook. You can just make one Facebook simple profile and join the Facebook community, because I've done a lot of research on different types of tech. And even on my own site, I try to develop the whole community feature, but it's not as good as the features that are there on Facebook. And so I had to bite the bullet and go to Facebook. So that's how it is. Uh, Next is seeing. Okay, let me look at some more stuff. Uh, Seeing synchronicity in number, pleasant nature, angelic things, and all, showing us that we are healing. Yes and no, because there is a science behind it, but sometimes we want to see something, so we end up seeing it that way, and we actually don't see what we really need to see. So, yeah, yes and no, because we do end up seeing it with our convoluted mindset, right? Now, I'm on Instagram, and I just follow some people just to see learn certain things and see what things like. Every day they put down like a post, 111, wonderful things are going to happen in your life. Next day, 222, wow, these are master numbers, something wonderful is going to happen in your life. And every day they're posting that. So I'm like, this is not synchronicity. So yeah, synchronicity is something that is there because it's all we're energetically connected, and there are certain messages that are happening that are coming to you. So synchronicity happening in your life doesn't mean only pleasant things will happen. It could also be a warning for certain difficult things that may be happening, right? Okay. How do our acharyas talk about manifestation? They talk about sankalpa shakti, ichha shakti, uh, and kriya shakti. So these are the three shaktis that we need to be aligned with, and that's what the law of attraction is, right? So you have an ichha shakti, you have a sankalpa, you have an ichha. Based on that ichha, you make a sankalpa, and then based on that sankalpa, you do kriya, and that's what the law of attraction is. It's not just sitting and manifesting, right? Sankalpa is your sankalpa has to be backed with action, right? Sankalpa, the what is wrongly taught in the law of attraction is that, oh, just just keep imagining things will happen, and then people don't do the hard work behind it. So that's how our system talks about it, and my entire system talks about all of these different Vedic references, etc. Also in the Ease Academy program. Okay, what's the time frame for each stage? Each stage has there are different time frames for different stages. So it's difficult to give a straight answer to what, because everything then again comes back to the connect stage again and goes to the next stage, etc. So all of these different stages are different time frames, and then finally it's up to you. Some people take longer in certain stages. Uh, so they just spend a little longer in a certain stage because they are invested in healing that, and they went into that and like, wow, I have a lot of stuff over here that I need to work upon. So they just keep repeating the exercises of that stage until they feel fit to start looking at the new stuff, the next stage that's coming to them, right? So I don't want people to be in a hurry. I'd rather you do deep work than hurried work, because you've been doing hurried work, you've been doing a lot of do it yourself all your life so far, right? And it's not given the results you're wanting. So you rather do that deep work, stay focused, stay committed. And the way the program is designed is, we understand we're adults, we have jobs, we have lives, we have children, we have husbands, we have wives, and we have household chores, and we have grocery to do, and we have gas to fill in our cars, and so many different things, right? Cleaning to do, and cooking to do, and all of that. So the program recognizes that, and that's how it's all set up. So it's set up for adults to be able to include and incorporate that in their life. Okay, let me look at some of the questions now. Let me look at some of the questions that have come to me. Oh yeah, before, okay, let me show you something. Let me share screen. Before those questions, there's something important I need to show to you, because I just added it today and I'm super excited about it. Here we go. Where are we? Chrome tab. Yes. Yeah. So we've changed. I've just changed the site a little bit this morning, uh, and so we have 2 days, 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 30 seconds, or whatever seconds to the cart opening again. And what I'd like you to do is to check out the gold, silver, and bronze tiers, and there's early bird bonuses for people who join on the first day. So all those who join on 1st August get some bonuses, which are only open to those people who join on 1st August. And every tier has some bonuses. So these are the bronze tier, silver tier, and gold tiers. I think most of you are familiar with it. The bronze tiers is more with the it's doing the different 7 stages, but there's not so much work happening on. We're not going so deep into the energy and all. We are doing some energy work. We're doing some work. It's still a great program, but we're not going that deep. So this is a budget program that was developed for people who were looking for transformation, but they were on a budget. So that's why I developed the bronze tier for them. But it is impactful and it works. But I think the silver is probably the best use for your money. So the early bird bonus for those in the bronze tier and the silver tier are, because in the bronze and the silver tiers, you don't get the one-on-one calls with me, or sorry, you don't get the group coaching calls with me, right? So now what has been added is that all those who join in the on 1st August, they'll get one goal setting call, group coaching call with me, both the bronze and the silver tiers. So you're going to get one group coaching call with me where it's going to be focused on goal setting, where you're going to get I'll be trying to make a worksheet for all of you, where you'll be in the call, but you'll attend the call. Prior to that, you would have filled up that worksheet and come, and then you get to ask all your questions in that group coaching call, and I'm going to be answering all your questions there. So that's a bonus that you're going to get. And for those of you who are going to sign up for the gold tier on 1st August, this is only for people who sign up on 1st August. They get one goal setting call with me, like a one-on-one coaching call with me, right? Between 30 to 45 minutes, where I'm coaching you one-on-one, and that's a special bonus that you get for being an early bird. So I wanted to show you that, and then these are like, right now you have no more buttons when you come here. Uh, right? And then when you click on them, so all of these over here will start becoming, you'll see two buttons. You'll see buy US dollars, buy INR, and depending on which one you like, which currency you want to buy in, you click that, and the payment is going to go through. And as soon as you make the payment within 24 hours, you will have access. Those who make in, because my site is integrated with the US dollars, you're going to get immediate access. For the INR, I need you to give me 24 hours of turnaround time, though I'll try to do it in 12 hours, me and my team. But we ask for 24 hours to give you access, because so there's a lot of people that to process everyone's individually, because my site is not integrated with Indian payments yet. But there's a separate gateway that we are using. So yeah, this is the silver tier. This is all the stuff you get. This is the gold tier, all the stuff you get. And then you have an FAQ as well on the site, and so many other things. So let's get back to some questions here. Okay, so there are some questions. Does our goals get clear? I'm really always confused regarding my career. Yes, you do get clear, because you're not, the more you understand yourself, the less confused you are about your career. The more you're clear about who you are and what you want, the less confused you get about your career. The more you're not disturbed by all the energy patterns that you have, and all the trauma patterns and the emotional patterns and the family energy that you're carrying, the more less disturbed you are, and the more clear you become about what you want to do. I'm telling you, I have seen my focus become razor sharp. I mean, I was blessed with focus earlier also, but I can see how razor sharp I've been able to become, and I only want to become more and more so I can do more and more service. Rohini Patil, ma'am, what will be the timing and duration if I take any one of the tier? There is no timing and duration. These are modules that are emailed to you every week. Different stages are emailed to you every week. Okay, this week you got to do this, and this week you got to do this. And because we're adults and it's difficult for all of us to commit to a certain time, and there are people from so many different time zones, you do these at your own time. Now, only for the coaching calls that the gold tier has, those are at 8 p.m. IST. And also, we're accommodating some people from Australia in those coaching calls. So we're trying to keep, everyone, like, see how many time zones are there and how we can cater to them. And if you miss any of those coaching calls or the gold tiers, you also get recordings. So that's how it is. Okay, let me go to some questions that people have sent to me, because they've really put in the effort of sending those questions. I am from South India. I am Christian. I got attracted to Krishna spirituality. Recent days, I'm listening to your lectures. I'm soft hearted, fun loving, sensitive, highly pampered. And everyone's saying that I'm not mature enough to handle things. Even myself, I could feel that I'm childish many times. Nowadays, I'm trying to change myself, but every time I end up being the same. Oh my God. And I'm feeling frustrated. Is it really possible for me to change my nature? And because of this sensitive and childlike nature, many people take me for granted. And I also been through a broken marriage because of my own wrong decision. Wow, she's taken a lot of responsibility, and she's only 29 years old. I don't feel my age. I always feel that others are more mature, needs your help and suggestions. Hmm. Again, this sounds like somebody who needs to connect. You need to connect with who you are, connect with your inner nature, and start trusting that. Instead of, what's happening is you're not trusting yourself right now. So the first thing you want to do is to start trusting yourself and start taking responsibility for your life. A lot of times we want to be children because the responsibilities is too hard, being an adult. So we need to start taking some responsibility of our life. We need to connect with who we are, and we need to start trusting ourselves. When we start trusting ourselves and making our decisions, then we also take responsibility for failures. And we are not childish anymore when we start taking responsibility for our life, and not listening to 10 people telling me you're not mature and all, because they're not giving you the solution of how to be mature. So the first step you want to do is to understand yourself and align with yourself and take responsibility of certain aspects of your life, and gradually you'll be more mature. Next question. Ma'am, I have consulted with my psychiatrist. He said I should consult with a psychologist for therapy, basically cognitive behavior therapy plus anger management. Will this program help me that much, which I need? And would I need to go for therapy to a psychologist? Uh, See, again, I don't know your situation, so I can't say, oh, yes, this is the only way to go. And if you do this, then you don't need anything. I don't want to make those kind of promises, right? Because I don't know your situation, etc. Now, has this helped people? Has this program helped people come out of anxiety medication, depression medication? Yes. Has this helped people have a better handle over their anger, a better handle over their emotions? Yes. Has this helped them become more confident in their lives? And has this helped them heal and health? Has this helped them resolve all confusions in their thinking that they have? And has this helped some people stop seeing a therapist? Yes. I have seen those results and I have seen all of that happening. But in your case, I can't say whether you need one or not because I haven't met you personally. If I were you, I would sign up for the course, and if needed, I would take therapy as and when required. There's nothing wrong in taking therapy. I have gone through therapy myself, so it helps. Next question. You told about one of your clients that she healed her varicose veins and also got pregnant after coaching with you. I assume that it was one on one coaching. Is it possible to experience such benefits in silver tier, which will not have personal coaching with you? Yes, you will experience those benefits because whatever methods I used in my one on one coaching with them, those methods have been given to you entirely without uh, any restriction in the silver and the gold tier. So, yes, you can experience those results yourself. Um, those type of results yourself if it's those problems that are blocking you. Yes, you will. I would like to make an advance payment of 6 months or year 1 year for silver tier. Is it possible? Is there any discount for this? Also, I want to switch gold account after 6 months. Would it be possible later to pay additional amount for the gold package? So I got like at least 5 people asking me that. um, and I don't have an answer for you yet. It's a policy I need to create and make because I wasn't expecting this. So I'm not ready for this kind of a demand. Tomorrow, I'm going to spend time figuring out the best way I can serve all of you, those of you who are looking to make advance payments for gold and silver tiers and bronze tiers, and what is the best way in which I can serve you so that it gives you delight. So let me think about it, and I'll have an answer for you by tomorrow. So in tomorrow's show, I'll talk about that. Yeah, and I'll also answer. Me or my team is going to answer your emails. Right? We kind of just divide and do it. Mm-mm-mm. Now, why do we suffer so much emotionally despite knowing the truth? So how does that happen? Uh, how do Okay, let me get the question again. Why do we suffer so much emotionally despite of knowing the truth? Because we know the truth, and we know that if we are truly self-partnered, we can truly take care of ourselves, etc. But we still somewhere feel helpless and dependent that something outside of us is going to give us happiness. So the more we think that something outside of us is going to give us happiness, the more we suffer emotionally, even if we know the truth. And it's about, one thing is knowing, but another thing is transforming your thoughts. So you work on yourself. You have to transform your thoughts, and you have to transform your behavior, and you have to stop yourself from going over there. It's not just about knowing, it's also about bringing that into action, coaching yourself to do that. Right. Okay. Priti Sharma, people who enroll to the coach course get to work with you. You mean, do they get to be assistant East coaches in my company? Uh, yes and no. So it depends on how well they do the coaching course and how good a fit they are in fitting into the culture of my company. So I don't promise employment, but yes, if I spot talent, then I take them. So that's how it works. Anju Samaria, if we opt for coach course, do we get ourselves healed in the process? Of course, because this entire modules you're going through a little bit at a faster pace because we're thinking that the coaches are already a little bit more healed and taken responsibility than themselves. And you go through all these modules, you go through the entire success path. And the idea is that the coach first works on themselves, and then only they can help others. Because if the coach is not self-partnered, if the coach is not self-actualized, if the coach has not learned how to take responsibility for their own life, is still dependent on other people for their happiness, then how can you help others? So yes, the whole goal, I don't want to leave any, I don't one thing is I don't take everyone in my coaching program. I'm very selective about, because I interview people, I make sure that I know that they are, they have a certain mindset. This is not a quick way to get rich. Let me tell you, coaching is not an is not an easy business to set up. It looks easy, but it isn't. And though it is a very satisfying business, and you do well, you do you can actually really sustain yourself very well. But I am very selective in who I take. So I look for potential in the person. I'm not looking for a completely healed and whole person, but I'm looking for certain attitudes that the person is willing to partner with themselves, the person is willing to take responsibility and transform themselves. Because when they have that attitude, they can really serve their clients. So yeah, you Anju, you actually when you take the coach course, you actually heal yourself in the process also, and you do a lot more. Shubham Relekar. Hello, how do the same script will work on each different individual having different way of thinking? There is no same script working on anybody. There are so many different scripts that are there that are given out in the courses that, these are all these different set of irrational scripts, right? So there's one list I have which has 13. And I remember when I started out, I had six of those irrational scripts. And I think I worked on most of them. I think I probably have two, though they're not at that level that they were, but I still need to work on them and, make myself better. So nobody has the same script, but the method of transforming yourselves can be common. So that's how it is. So all these tools are there to help you transform yourself based on what your script is and what your psychophysical nature is and what your condition is. The steps are the same, but the scripts may be different for everyone. Okay. One minute. Let me look at some more questions that came from yesterday. I have a problem with negative thoughts and overthinking. How do I overcome that? Will your program help me overcome that? Yeah, definitely. As I've described the entire is manifestation blueprint, you are going to, none of that negative thinking is going to help you manifest anything because like attracts like. If you're negative, you're going to attract negativity in your life. So, yes, this entire thing is about overcoming that negative thinking and overcoming that overthinking. A lot of the overthinking again comes because we are not confident in ourselves, we're not partnered enough, or we're thinking, we have all or nothing thinking, where we think that if I don't get this result in my life, I'm going to be a total mess and my life is going to be horrible and I can't live, you know. So then when we have such thinking, when we're too attached to the outcome and we keep thinking a lot, or we're too fearful about expressing ourselves, communicating, so many different reasons for overthinking and negative thinking that are there. And this program helps you heal all of that. It's a very holistic program because it's based on spirituality, emotional awareness, and excellence. It's based on spirituality, Ayurveda, astrology, energy work, ancestral work, quantum healing, psychology, manifestation, and so much more. So much more. I'm not able to explain everything. Okay. Simran Bhatija has given me an order. Take my question. Where is your question? How to handle situation at 9:54 p.m. when opposite person is not turning in, not tuning in, understanding as I up to mark. Okay, she's explained it further. Is not tuning in, understanding as I up to mark. I don't think I understand that. But basically, they're not tuning in to the inner work they need to do, and they're not tuning into you. We can't make anybody force them to do anything. We just can't. And if the more we expect that the other person, when they transform themselves, is when I'm going to be happy, the more miserable we're going to get in our life. So, how to handle situation? Okay, maybe she's explained her question better. Let me see. Okay, maybe not. Okay, somebody else is asking the same question that I already answered. Okay, anyway, going back to Simran Bhatija. You see, we can make requests to people. We can express our needs to people, but it's up to them whether they want to transform themselves or not. And you can keep spending your energy on them in make trying to get them to tune into you, trying to get them to transform into you. But if it doesn't work, you're wasting your time. So if I were you, I would make those requests. I would be persistent in making those requests, but I would use that energy in my own growth because I love myself, and I want to take care of myself. So I'd rather, why would I invest in somebody who is not willing to transform? I wouldn't do that. I don't take one-on-one clients of people who are not willing to do the inner work. I don't take them because it's a waste of my time and it's a waste of their money. So we invest in those people who are willing to transform, who want to do the work. So I would rather put my energy in those people. And if someone is not willing to transform, they're not tuning in, then I'd put my energy in myself and do the work that I need to do and grow in my own life. Uh, Nisha is asking a question. Every person has different mindsets and certain behavior. So that's what I just explained this, Nisha. Uh, Everyone has a different mindset and a certain behavior. So when you go to a therapist or when you go to a coach, like I have 10 people coming to me, 10 different clients, right? They all have a different mindset and a different behavior. But then I use this process to help them address their mindset. So this is like you knowing formulae in mathematics. When you know those formulae, then you can solve any problem, right? There are certain basic rules, there are certain basic mindsets, there are certain ways of transforming, there are certain tools to heal yourself, and there are tools to even understand which mindset is not helpful for you. And then there are tools to help you change that mindset. There are tools to help you identify which of your mindsets are not helpful for you. So I'm not sure where the confusion is. It's like when you go to a doctor, he can treat 10,000 patients of different types of diseases because he has all the rules inside of him. He knows how the science works. So when you go through this course, you understand how the science works, and there are various tools to help you apply all of these things in your life. So I'm not sure why should there be any confusion. Ravi, is Silver Tier a complete self-learning based course, or can we get help if we feel the progress is not happening? So there is a Facebook group where you can ask questions, and the community will answer, and my assistant coaches and I will also try to answer. So you can ask questions on that group, and you can get answers over there. But progress happens. It's just that like some of us who are coming from this place of lack. Wow, I'm going to pay so much money, and then oh my God, in 1 month no transformation happened, in 2 months no transformation happened. I don't want you all to start thinking like that. I want you all to think I'm invested in this for a year. I'm going to invest in a year. Transformation will happen. I promise you. Um, unless you have unless the program is in English. So yeah, if people looking for a different language, not fluent, not comfortable with English, then the program is going to be difficult for you. But otherwise, the transformation will happen. There's no doubt about that. Because I believe in you and I believe in the effort you're going to put in, and I believe in my program 100%. That is there. What is duration of courses like Silver Tier? Are these conducted weekly? Okay, again, I'll just repeat. These are not classes that are happening every week and you have to show up at a certain time. Whenever you join, that's when your week starts, and that's when you start getting the modules that you need to work upon every week. So if somebody joins now, they start getting the modules now. And if somebody joins 6 months later, that's when they start getting their modules. So it's an automated system that sends you your videos, sends you the worksheets, sends you the stuff that you need to do for that week and the milestones you need to achieve for that week. So that's how it works. Okay. Neha Saraf, I already answered that question. The silver tier is again, if people are looking for one-on-ones and all of that, then you need to invest more. Try going outside, try finding, just go and compare outside and try finding a program like this at the budget that it is available for you right now. You won't get any program, I guarantee you, with the kind of content and the kind of delivery and the kind of things that are needed. Try getting a one-on-one therapist and try meeting them 4 times a week at the rate at which the gold and the silver tiers are set up. Try finding a good therapist who's effective, who's experienced. You'll get 500 rupee therapists also, but try finding a very good therapist at and meeting them 4 times a week and compare that cost with the cost of the gold and the silver tier. So and then let's talk about whether this is expensive or this is cheap or all of that. So to for me to be able to give you one-on-one help in this budget, I'll have to start hiring people. And if I hire assistant coaches, then I have to pay them. And if I have to pay them, then I have to transfer that cost on to you. So if you're willing to do that, please, we have the one-on-one coaching programs. But I think the silver is the most value for money. Um, you're really not going to get this kind of help from outside. And have some faith in your own self, have some faith in your own learning. I am confident because I see the reason I'm confident is because many people are going through this program and I'm seeing how they're transforming their lives. And the community feature is there for the silver to ask questions and to feel supported and to gain the help that you need, right? Doctors see you individually, and if I have a fear that I stuck somewhere, how will I move forward? Uh, then maybe this program is not for you. Maybe you go and see someone one on one that fits in your budget and see how that is helping you. But in my case, Nisha, what I would like to tell you is I am confident that you won't be stuck. I am confident that you're going to work upon yourself, and I'm confident that you're going to be successful because that program is set up to motivate you to be like that. And you will be successful and you will do well. I have no doubt about it. And any questions you ask on that Facebook group will be answered. So don't worry about it. I'm confident you'll be able to do it. And if you still feel you need the one-on-one, then then we do have one-on-one programs, but they have a different budget. They're much more expensive than the gold tier. Or you find someone who can help you one-on-one in outs from outside, right? Because see, it's for me, I care about your personal development, Nisha, right? So whether you get it from me or you get it from someone else, that's immaterial. What I care is about you becoming your best version. So if you feel that there's another way to do that to satisfy your needs, and we all have our individual needs, then I'd like you to take care of it that way. But I'm confident that if ease is going to help you make that transformation, and you don't need to be scared. Stuff is simple, and there is certain stuff that a lot of people don't understand, and that's okay. Even I didn't understand. I never understand everything in one shot. I don't, and I don't put that pressure on myself. And these modules are there for you to keep going back and until you're a member, you can keep going back to those modules and rehearing and redoing and redoing all that stuff, whatever you haven't understood, and questions you can ask in the Facebook group and they will be answered, right? But if you feel, no, I think I'll do better with one on one help, then make that decision with self partnering with yourself that is right for you and go for that. But I'm confident about you and I'm confident about the transformation that's going to happen. I hope that helps, Nisha. Vritti Sharma. A single session with a good psychologist would cost 3,500 rupees. Yeah, and then how many sessions would you need? And then how many I've seen psychotherapists. I've gone to three different psychotherapists at different points in my life, right? I tried. What happens is they're very good with their stuff. They know their stuff, but there is no goal here. There's no goal setting happening. When you join Ease, the first week itself, you're making goals for yourself. That this is my goal of joining Ease, and these are some of the things I want to achieve through this Ease program. That's what you're doing. You're doing goal setting, and that's what happens. And what happens with the psychotherapist is you just keep going and you keep going, and you don't know if you're making any progress or not. And then I remember asking them, okay, what's your plan for me? I want to overcome this particular issue in myself. So what's your plan for me? And they're like, no, it doesn't work like that. You just keep coming and whatever's in your mind, we'll discuss it and then we'll go from there. I said, no, I need a plan. I need a roadmap. I need a blueprint. Give me that. And that's why a lot of people get a little frustrated with the psychotherapy stuff because there's no goal. And a lot of psychotherapists are realizing that and are now becoming life coaches because they also understand the mind, but they're adding this whole goal focus and forward focus and all of that, and they're becoming life coaches. So, yes. Okay, Facebook user. So yes, okay. I think the main question is that the main anxiety that everyone has is whether they're in the bronze or the silver tiers. Will their questions be answered? I am telling you, ask on the Facebook group, your questions will be answered. And give me a chance to delight you. Give me a chance to surprise you. There's a lot of stuff that I do for my members in various different ways. I do show up, I do surprise you in many different ways. So give me a chance because I am committed to your development. I'm not, um, I would be making a lot more money right now if I was, in my tech job. So of course I have to sustain this as a business and I have to run these things, but I do have a motivation that comes from a place of care also. And we're here to help you and we're here to support you in your journey. I want to help many people, and therefore I created this program because if I keep doing one-on-one work, I can only reach a few. So therefore, I put down the entire program as courses so that more and more people can take advantage. So let's give this a chance. Give yourself a chance. Don't be so nervous. Don't be so paranoid. I won't be able to grasp it. I don't know what's going to happen. No, you will be able to grasp it. And even it's very specific. Certain things I even have, like in the courses I've even said, it's okay if you don't understand this right now. As long as you got this point, you're good to move forward. That's the level at which the course has been developed by me. So Give it a chance, give yourself a chance, and give me a chance to surprise you and take care of you, and do what is there for you, right? How many months the silver program will go? Kindly tell. As I've been saying, any personal development program, um, you need to invest at least a year in this. So come with that plan. Um, then that's going to help you and that's going to work for you. If you do it halfway, you're going to get certain result. It's not like you're not going to get any result, but you won't get like the full result that I have planned for you. And I do plan to add more modules, more interesting things, etc., as you go along the way, to this, right? So do that. Anju Samaria, thank you for your question. Thank you for the doubt. Riti Sharma, thank you for your comment. Sudipti Sanyal, ma'am. Okay, to answer Nisha's question again, but because doctors see all individually, and I know I have fear that if I stuck somewhere, how will I move forward? Another thing my program is based upon is that every soul is Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Sat means we are eternal, Chit is we're full of knowledge, and Ananda is we're full of bliss. So when I say someone is full of knowledge, when I hear this, to me it also means that we at our core level, we truly know what we need to do to transform ourselves. We have that knowledge because we are Sat Chit Ananda. That's the nature of our soul that's been given to by Krishna. So when we are Chit, we are all knowing. We have that knowledge. It's just that because of all these thinking processes and all these negative belief systems, we aren't connected to who we truly are. But I believe every individual soul is full of knowledge and has a full capacity to take charge of themselves and to grow in their lives, right? Sudipti Sanyal, I've already answered a lot of your questions, ma'am. Let me look at some other questions before I come back to yours. Uh, Facebook user, how can one derive happiness by being self-partnered? That's a good question. So what is happiness? A lot of our definition of happiness is that happiness is an outside job. I'm going to get happiness if I get this in my life. And I'm going to get happiness if I get this human being in my life. And I'm going to get happiness if my children get so many marks. And I'm going to get happiness if my partner behaves nicely with me. And I'm going to get happiness if people outside love me so much, right? So whenever any of those things don't happen, we become very unhappy, right? Where we think that our happiness is defined is coming from outside. A truly self-partnered person understands that they are their own source of happiness. And the more they connect with their own divine source, the more they get energized by the connecting with the divine, and the more they get energized by connecting with their own inner nature, and therefore the connect stage sits at the heart of silver and gold. And the bronze is entire connect, 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 right? The more you do that, the more self partnered you are, and the more you understand your happiness is from inside. You don't need any of these things to be coming from outside. And a self-partnered person, the second thing is that because they're self-partnered, that means they care for themselves, and that means they don't want to be troubled by a lot of stuff that's happening outside. So when you're truly self-partnered, you're connected with the energy within, you're connected with yourself as your source of strength and happiness, and you're connected with your source, and you know that you are there for yourself, you have your back, and you're strong. You're not helpless. You can take care of your life. And your happiness is not dependent on external things, but your happiness is more and more dependent on connecting with yourself and being self partnered and connecting with the Lord. So when we do that, we remain happy all the time. It doesn't matter to a selfless, self partnered person how somebody else is talking to them because they know that they are not the source of their happiness. So they're not the source of their distress, also. I don't care if someone, I mean, that's how they are. Like, I don't care if someone doesn't talk to me nicely. I don't need them to talk to me nicely so that I can feel loved. I love myself because God loves me. So I love myself. I take care of myself. Yes. Anyway, my delightful mind knows no boundary when you speak of Krishna. Wonderful. Sudipti Sanyal. Okay, where is your question? Any more questions? Please keep them coming. Okay. Hmm. Okay, Dhara. Sometimes being too optimistic is also not good because when you trust everyone and think that things will be fine, what is your perspective? I always assume good intention in people, but at the same time, I do make my judgment on whether someone will be able to do what they're committing to do or not, right? Because everyone is conditioned and everyone has their own um, inhibitions, and I mean, sorry, their own conditioning and their own shortcomings. So when you understand yourself really well, you understand your own nature very well, you understand the natures of other people also. When you go deep in your consciousness, you're able to understand other people with depth as well. And that helps you make decisions of who do you want to. Everyone is lovable because they're all parts and parcel of the Lord. But then you learn that what is their capacity because of their thought processes and their unhealed parts. They're showing up in a certain way, which is not their full lovable selves, right? So the more you understand yourself, the more you're able to understand other people and their challenges. And that's how you start making decisions that, hey, I love you as a soul, but at the same time, in this lifetime, it's going to be a little hard for me to depend on you for certain things. That doesn't mean I don't love you, but just I can't depend on you, right? So optimism needs to be tempered with some reality also, not negativity, with some realism. And that realism comes with experience, with self awareness, and with self knowledge. I hope that helps. Okay, Shubham. I thought I answered Shubham's question. I'm just scrolling like right on the top. I think there were a lot of questions that were there. Okay. Hmm. Hi, ma'am. Hi. Eastful form. Okay. Go, go, go. I think I've answered. So many questions are there. I've answered them. I'm just coming down to what kind of healing techniques are there in the course. I've covered that. Anju Samaria's question, Ravikant's question, Kultar's on Ayurveda's question, synchronicity I talked about. Okay, what's the time frame of each day I talked about? How do our Acharya talked about that? Do our goals get clear? Yes, we do. I did answer a lot of questions, not many questions here. I answered Simran Batiji's also. Sudipti's is here. Okay. Whatever come across is somehow we are attracted, whatever is coming in our life or whatever we are seeing or doing. Yeah, sure. Yes, we are like that attracting. Yes. Is that your question? Okay. Okay, now she's completed her question. Whatever has come across is somehow we have attracted because law of attraction is always working. Yes, that's what I said on Monday. Whether it's our job or a post or video, anything people around us, there's nothing coincidental, is it? No, I would not say that for digital marketing, right? Because they know what you're searching for, so then they send you stuff that they're showing you. So if you're seeing some post or video, you could think it's law of attraction, but I think it's a lot of digital marketing because they have all your data, they have all your footprint, and they're showing you what you want to see because they know what you want to see more than what you know what you want to see. So that's how it works. But yeah, in general, we are responsible. So law of attraction basically means we are responsible for everything that's happening in our life. When we start taking that responsibility and start transforming ourselves, then everything outside also changes. Okay, Simran Batiji has thanked me. Batija has thanked me. Nisha, I think I answered your question. Let me know if you have any further doubts. Write to me. Ah, okay, blonde. Okay, there's a question here. The reason of my indecisiveness would be my karma or mere stupidity. It's a samskara. So let's not say karma, it's some samskara. Maybe it's the same thought process you're carrying over lifetimes. Uh, I won't say stupidity also. It's probably you don't know the art of decision making, or you're not able to separate, give up one outcome for the other. A lot of indecision happens because we want everything. We're not able to be, like, okay, I don't care if this doesn't happen. I'll go for this. Okay, I understand I'm taking a risk. I understand I'm giving up on this. So a lot of times that indecisiveness also happens. A lot of times indecisiveness also happens because we're scared of taking responsibility of the result. We're scared of the result that's going to come, and if it's not good, then we're scared about what people will say, and we're fearful of the outcome. So there are many such things. So it's not, I don't want to call it stupidity. I don't think we're stupid. It's just that we have to understand what reasons are there. The Facebook user, bronze course is suitable for what all? What should be the time span? Okay, let's look at the bronze course so we can answer your question. Here we go. Chrome tab, Ease Academy. Okay, this is the gold tier. This is the silver tier. This is the bronze tier, right? So this is again not updated. Now, what is the bronze tier for? Very good question. Who is it for? It is for someone who wants to invest in their personal development but is looking for a real budget program. It is for someone who is beginning to explore also. It is also for someone who's trying to do some deep work, right? Now, what happens is you get weekly exercises, and the site is still not updated. I'll make a note and I'll make sure we get it updated. But first, initially, it was planned as only PDF exercises, but now we're adding snippets of videos also, and every week, and we're also adding audio files as much as possible along with the PDFs for you. So sometimes you may get only PDF, but most of the time you're going to get some video files and some audio files as well to help you learn here. It will be mine, and to learn how to do that introspection sheet and work on yourself, right? So the bronze tier, it's a very good question. Thank you for asking me. I've kind of almost missed out talking about it. In the bronze tier, you don't move like how we move in the ease, right? That ease blueprint is for silver and gold tiers. But in the bronze, and you do some of that work in the bronze tier as well. It's not like it's not at all there. No, it is there, but it's just structured a little differently. Whereas the bronze tier, the first few months, I think 4 5 months, you're just working on yourself, working on your thought patterns, working on your nature, working on your goals, working on your fears, working on, you know, um, boundaries, working on different things like that, right? And then once you're done with that, then you work on your relationships. And once you're done with that, then you work on your attitude towards your career. And then you're done with that, then you work on your attitude towards your wealth and your attitude towards spirituality. So that's how those introspection exercises are structured. In the silver and the gold programs, you get what is there in bronze, plus you get all the other stuff. So in bronze, you work on the 5 most important areas of your life because anything that goes wrong in those areas gives us a lot of pain, right? So you work on yourself, you learn how to be self partnered, you learn how to have better relationships, all these confusions that we have on relationships, you get all of that resolved. Also, having a better attitude towards your career, towards your wealth, and towards your spirituality. So you go through these different stages over a year or a little more than a year, and you learn how to look at these different areas of life. And the tools that you get are audio files, you get some videos, you get but not every week. The commitment we have is you're going to get a PDF exercise or a downloadable exercise or an exercise every week, which you're going to do and you're going to introspect over the week. But we are trying to add as many audio files at least as possible to every week, as much as we can. um, so that's what you do. And you review your own answers and your inner work in progress. You are going to be transformed. There's no doubt about it. The silver and the gold gets everything that's there in bronze. Plus, over and above that, you get other stuff. So, silver and gold is also working on their different areas of their life. And I haven't talked about that, but that's what's happening in the connect stage. Every time you come back to the connect, you're working on these different areas of your life and you're working on your mindset, right? And there's no one on one coaching or group coaching associated with this plan, but you are also part of the same community and you can ask questions and get answers. And this is a budget program. And you truly work on your inner work and you truly work on your progress. Again, you are being exposed to, there are guided meditations also in the bronze tier that you get some of the weeks. So there are some nice bonuses that all of you get. All of you members of the Ease Academy get that is not described over here. And those are not early bird bonuses. Those are bonuses that every Ease member is getting this time. There's a lot of, I don't want to talk about it because then that takes away the surprise. So you'll get that when you join. So this is how the bronze works. Good question. Thank you for asking. And you truly transform yourself with this also, but it's just that you're not doing all that deep work that is there in the silver and the gold tiers. Okay. Any more questions? Shrishti Tiwari, bronze course is suitable for what all issues and how many months I should continue? I think I answered that question just now. Neha Saraf said thank you. Okay, okay. So I think I need to stop sharing screen. Maybe I didn't do that. Just hold on. Okay. Any more questions? Bronze course is suitable for what all issues? So we're not, as I said, you're working on different areas of your life. So you're working on partnering with yourself. You're working on your relationships. You're working on your career. You're working on your wealth, your attitude towards your wealth, and you're working on your spirituality. So these are the different things that you work upon, and you learn how to transform your thinking process around these things so that there is no pain in these areas of your life. See, any pain in your relationships causes pain in you. Any pain in your own self, when you're not self-partnered, you're not clear, etc., makes your life miserable. Any pain in your career causes difficulty. Any pain in your relationships causes difficulty. Any pain in your wealth causes difficulty. So we're working on these 5 areas so that you become pain-free in these 5 areas. You know how to take charge, you know how to handle, and you know how to be a ninja. You know how to be an ease ninja over there, right? Okay, you posted that. Oh, Shrishti posted the same question from Facebook. Great. Yeah, because some people it shows up as Facebook user to me. The name doesn't show up when you come on Facebook. Rani Tate. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name, so I'll say Rani. Uh, Phobias get cured. Might deep-rooted phobias may not get cured in the bronze stage because they need a lot more quantum energy work. But yeah, a lot of your fears, you're going to be facing your fears. There are some shame attack exercises where you things that you feel shameful of, you're shy of, you're forced to do those things as a part of the exercises. And then you have to keep posting your progress on the Facebook group. You're like, wow, I did this stage and I did this exercise and this is how it felt for me. And that's what all the people at different stages do. um, so that we can help each other, support each other. And if you're like trying to do an exercise, you know, like a question, how do I do this? How do I do this? Then you get answers for that also, right? And I'll take care of you. My team will take care of you. So you're good. Okay. I think we're good with all the questions. I've answered all the questions. Tomorrow, I'm going to answer even more questions and go further detail of the steers and the transformations that a lot of people have experienced. I've already talked about a lot of different stories. Tomorrow we'll have some more stories. In fact, I am the best story sitting in front of you, who has used this process of transformation and has worked on herself and who's right here in front of you. Rani, I have claustrophobia. Mm. You could use see, there are some deep rooted, see, none of, I can't say that if you go through ease, you would never need a psychiatrist in your life. I'm not making that claim, right? They're skilled in their knowledge, they know their stuff, and it's always to do different things together so that you get the transformation you need. Instead of saying I do this or I this or I this, my way is I fire all cylinders and I solve my problem. So I'm not making a claim this is going to, this program would cure your phobias at a deep level. Yes, the possibility of curing your phobias is there, but it depends on you and how you use the techniques mentioned. But as for me, I'm not going to make a claim here that, oh, you come to ease and I'm going to cure your, the program is going to take care of your claustrophobia. No, I'm not making that claim because um, it's something I don't understand. So it's something I don't want to make a claim for. But in general, do phobias get cured? Yeah, because phobias are sitting as energy in your body. They're sitting as thoughts that need to be transformed. And the system helps you release energy of fears and traumas and release the thoughts, energy of thoughts and transform your thoughts. Now, how deep rooted is your claustrophobia and how much will this help? I don't know. So that's not a claim I want to make, Rani. Shrishti Tiwari, I hear you on Hare Krishna show as well, and I love listening to you. You're awesome. Yes, I recognize a lot of the names over here because when the questions show up on the screen, then I can remember. And also, I see a lot of your comments I do read comments of all the videos as much as I can. So thank you, everyone. If there are no further questions, just reminding you of the bonuses that those who join on 1st August get. And the silver and the gold get a group coaching session with me on goal setting, uh, and once they join, and when we can schedule it. And the gold tier gets one-on-one coaching session with me. So that's a bonus you get when you join on 1st August. Anyone joining after 1st August doesn't get that bonus. So just letting you know. And I look forward to serving you tomorrow. Tomorrow is again Q&A and some more description of law of attraction, some more description of the East Path. And any other questions you have, I'll be happy to answer them for you. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, all of you, for your support, um, for showing up, for being there. It's pretty late in the night, but you're all here and you're all eager to, work on yourselves. And I'm so happy. I feel like I have such an extended uh, family here. Okay, Rupal Kohli ji got all answers for her questions from one of my video. Very nice, wonderful. Facebook user, will these courses be similar do it yourself? Yeah, these courses are do it yourself with an opportunity to ask questions on the Facebook group, and in the group coaching calls, you actually get to ask questions in the group coaching call. Okay, thank you so much. And for those of you who haven't looked at stuff yet, you can check out the membership tiers and all of that here over here. And I believe you want to open your email and you want to also check. I sent you all two more, you know, I mean, links today to two more downloadables. So you have total three downloadables. I sent the one from the day before also today, from yesterday also today. So why don't you all use that and take advantage? That is there from the Reframe Your Scripts course. It's from one of the weeks. It's one of the exercises from that. So that is just to give you, help you to make that transformation in your thoughts, but to also show you what are the different types of resources that are there every week that you get. So here you go. Thank you, everyone. And so nice to be with all of you. Stay in touch and let's bring the world to ease. Let's bring ourselves to ease and let's bring the world to ease. Thank you and see you. Bye bye. Love you all. Okay.